What's going on, man? Blackout Podcast, special sit down with my man, the homie. I've known this guy for so many years, stranger, to Chicano hip hop, and this guy, one of the forefathers to do it. When Lil One and when Lil Uno, now back to Lil One. Lil One from here on out, man. Welcome, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Good to see you, man. Thank you for having me.
So you've been busy, bro. Last time you were on with us, I think it was about a year and a half ago. We were in different, time zone, different facility, was hanging out, but that's when you barely first started promoting the very first Chicano
right before
music festival, man, and we was hyped on it, bro. Remember we called Shadow, we was on FaceTime with my man, and we was putting it down, and I think that's when you had asked me to be part of it. So
yeah, you headlined it.
We had a great time. Oh man!
Yeah. Shout out to Lighter Shade of Brown. Shout out to my dog ODM.
That shit was amazing, bro. But here we are now. Fast forwarding, you're already into. What's this, the second year of
the third one.
Third one already.
The third festival, second year in San Diego.
Okay, dope. And what's the vibes like? I mean,
it's beautiful. The objective is to build it to what it's becoming. To me, it's important to have all the cultural elements.
Yeah.
Not just music. Of course, the music is great, and not only that, but not the traditional lineups. Mm-hmm. To have a little bit of everything, what they don't expect, and have the Aztec dancers and the mariachis and the art and the cars and the food and that good, paradoxic lineup.
Yeah, I missed the Vegas one, man. I was looking for like a little email, an invite or something. By the way, you're going to be in Vegas,
bro, you don't need an invite, bro. You can come anytime you want. You know that. I tried to get you on this one, but you were already booked.
I know, brother. I know, man. Just Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day happen to be the two biggest holidays.
Yeah, but you're going to get the next one, though, for
absolutely.
sure. I'm actually, if I may, we're going to do it in Riverside.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, then you gotta have your boy.
Yeah, we're gonna do it in Riverside, bro. Yeah, of course.
You got a venue yet?
We're gonna find out in a little while.
All right, we won't give him too much.
Yeah.
We won't let him happen, man. But other than that, man, besides the festival, bro, congratulations on that, because I see it happening. So people usually, they start one, and it's like, if it's not great or it's okay, sometimes they're scared to take that leap and do it the next one. And but the first one was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
And I saw the Vegas one, highlights from that. I was talking to Dominator, and he was like, yeah, man, I drove down there. That shit was lit. And I saw, all the press, everything you're doing, man, you're doing it right. I do have to say that, when you put your mind to something, you specifically, I tend to look at that, man. You always come and drop some gems, and like you did last time. And like I said, we, follow you on IG, and, very smart about what you do, very strategic. I admire that, and I think that's what takes somebody who's doing what you do in that situation to take it to the next level and opening up the stage for others. With that being said, you got a new project out now, man, and it's always good to hear you in the studio performing, whatnot here or there. But El Chicano, it's right here behind me.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this, man, because I know this is part of a two-segment album. You got El Chicano El Mexicano. Explain to us how that whole project came about, man.
So I always stay in the studio, but it's more therapeutic for me. It's more personal for me.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily go to the studio and say, I'm going to put out this album. I was just recording songs, just part of my day,
Sure.
Go to the studio twice a week, 3 times, whatever.
And you an artist, first and foremost.
Yeah, I didn't have no title to anything. And then I linked up with Gold Toes. I wrote a song for Gold Toes. And then, he's like, hey, man, well, maybe we could take it a little bit further and do something else. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Hold up, back up. Gold Toes. How did that collab? Because before there was this, there was the introduction to Gold Toes.
Yeah,
so just briefly, what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, I had sent him a message, one like, salute. I like the way that he carried himself. And he came to LA. We went and had some dinner. We were talking about the festival. He had some bridges through Live Nation. And we were talking about that. So I ended up sending him some music. And then when I sent him some music, it's like, yo, I didn't know you got busy like this. It's like, I knew you got busy, but I didn't know you got busy like this.
So he had heard of you before, obviously.
Yeah, he had heard of me, but he didn't really know the music.
Got it.
He knew who I was.
Yeah.
So then he's like, yo, I love this particular record. How would you feel about me spitting on the record? I'm like, go ahead. And he's like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah. So we worked that aspect of it out, and then he's like, yo, what if I did a video and I brought Jenny 6ix9ine? I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
So then he came and we did that whole thing, and he's like, hey, how about we work something out for music? So I'm like, all right. I have like 80 songs or 90 songs right there.
Sounds like he already had a plan.
Yeah. And so I thought, let me be strategic about this and let me make it, synonymous with the festival and the other things that I'm doing. So I'm like, what better than to release an English album, El Chicano, and to release a Spanish album, El Mexicano.
I got to tell you off top, man, when I saw that, I was like, this is the most genius idea. And the fact that you spit in Mexicano bar, you know what I'm saying, on one and,
Yeah.
little Spanglish on the other
We
one.
had to.
I was checking it out. I was like, fuck, man, my boy hit it. By the way, you hit it, can't keep a good man down. I was about to just hit that one in the studio. I was like, my boy just dropped it. I can't use that shit now, man. So I was like, but first off, who's your producer, man?
Steve Vicious.
Still, to this day.
Still. But we have that peanut butter and jelly, you know what I'm saying?
Man, if I gotta go to San Diego to interview this dude, like Steve is somebody, he's like under wraps, like he behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah,
Like he doesn't even want to come out and do interviews.
No, yeah, but he's just an animal, bro.
Shit.
He's the scientist,
What
for
up,
sure.
Steve? It's
What
been a
up,
minute,
Steve?
man.
Salute to Steve Vicious.
He did that, Our Shadow, 61909, man,
Yeah,
back in the
yeah,
day. And,
classic.
And classic other timeless records, man. But, okay, now that I put a face, and that makes sense, bro. I mean, your shit is just so... It's always been clean. It's always been the same, and I could tell you've always worked with him throughout the years.
Yeah. I bring him, and he knows how to put like my brain on the keys.
So, do you have any input on the production? I somewhat, right?
Probably like 90%.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking away from him, but like,
Sure.
I bring what I have here, and he knows how to.
You bring the ingredients, he just mixes
I'm like,
it up.
hey, I'm literally. It's like, what are you thinking today? I'm like, well, how about boom, 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 boom? He's like, all right, and then he plays it. I'm like, okay, give me the dark piano. Okay, boom, boom. I'm like, okay, give me the worm. Boom, boom. Okay, give me the choir. Boom, boom. Okay, speed it up. Boom, boom. And then bam, it happens.
Man, that's so dope, man. So you've never touched a keyboard in your life, then?
Not really, no.
No need to. I got it here. I got that. That's dope, man.
But I don't know what I would do without him. You know what I'm saying? Because we have that. We have that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like. It just goes like perfect and effortless. Like honestly, those beats are done like in 20, 30 minutes.
That's a professional, bro.
It's crazy.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Like we got to get in, like I want you to come so we could do like a session,
I know, I owe you one since like days ago, man. I'm just trying to get my mind right with this whole
it's all
blackout
good,
thing.
bro.
Finally, we got a facility. I got my spot
man,
here
congratulations.
now.
I love it. It's
Thank
beautiful
you,
here, man. And
Thank you.
It's dope. It's dope.
We moving, bro. But it's like I always say, man, timing is everything.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's not if, it's when it's gonna happen.
That's right.
So it eventually
No
will.
doubt.
So shout out to Steve Vicious. You did a song for your boy DIGGY, man.
Yeah.
And rest in peace to the homie. I don't really know the relationship, so can you, for our audience, just kind of explain, were you guys brothers growing up? Was it high school? Was it like when you got in the game, or?
Yeah, it was 1998. My album, The 13 Scorn, had just came out.
Okay.
And Diggy was driving by. He was a little kid. And he's like, hey, you're Mr. Little One. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, I spit. I'm like, let me see. And he was like, pow, 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 right?
Yeah.
And we never separated after that. So for almost 30 years, he's been by my side. I saw him go from a kid to a man to a father. And that was my brother, bro. Like we were like peanut butter and jelly, you know, and we went through a lot together. Then he got sick, and he got his leg amputated, and he got diabetes, but he was young, he was 40 when he passed. And man, it's really tough. I'm still processing that.
Yeah.
I had one daughter at the time. I think Carolina must have been like 9 years old, 8 years old at the time. I seen him have his first baby, his second, his third, but if I ever met anyone that really gave into the art of surrender, it was him, bro. Like he wouldn't complain.
Yeah, very genuine,
if he was going through it, bro, you would never know.
Yeah.
He was just quiet.
That's tough. That shows you tough skin.
Yeah,
right
and he never, ever was the type of person to like just jump on your side because you're his boy. He would tell you how he felt. Like, this is what I think, but.
So there were some times you didn't like him then.
No. And that's weird because in my whole time.
Tell you the truth.
In my whole time.
It is what it is.
We never had a time in our entire friendship and brotherhood that we got into it.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. You know, but the day that he passed, he came by the house. I was out of town, and I said, "Yo, when I come back, come through." So we would have this routine. He came by, he went to the gym with me. We'd just chill in the gym while I was doing my thing. We went to go eat. I took him to Spiritual Homeboys. Shout out to Spiritual Homeboys. And we have like a group. You know, we all talk about life and how we're growing. And then we went to the venue for the Chicano Music Festival this year. Same venue. You know, to go do a little drop and take some footage. And he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna take you back." I'm like, "All right, cool." So he takes me back to the house, and I had a lot of things in my hands. So I put it down, and we always parted with a hug and a kiss. "I love you, bro. I love you too. I see you." You know, he was gonna come with me to the Delphonic session. I was kissing him in his head. And I left, bro, and the next day I go to the gym. I come back home, and his wife called. And as soon as I saw his wife's number, I know there was something wrong.
She never called you?
No. And then I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And she said, "He's gone." And he died in his sleep that night. That was January 17th. And that was tough, man. It's tough for my kids. My kids love him. You know, the world lost a good soul in Diggy, man. And, you know, not only that, but he just inspired me in so many ways, man. And if I'm going to walk in anybody's spirit, man, it's going to be his, you know.
That's interesting because there is a lot of Diggies out there that people don't even know that's near to them. Yeah. So if you could elaborate and let people know, you know, if there's somebody like that near you, obviously to keep them close.
You know, and it's really important that we don't navigate away from the things that are important, especially things that you can't buy. I can't go to Walmart and order a Diggy. I can't get online and order a Diggy. I can't duplicate a Diggy. So you must appreciate and understand that the little things are really the big things. And all the little things that he did were enormous. Just being by my side, bro, just talking to me, hanging out with me. When he was in his wheelchair, we would go to Seaport Village and we would just people watch and look at the water, man. And, you know, I would really encourage people to really take a second look and really pay attention to the things that matter. What I've learned is when we get caught up in the climate, like you said, the current climate of humanity, the things that are meaningful for some reason become meaningless. And the things that are meaningless become meaningful. And everything is backwards.
Yeah. I think with maturity obviously plays a role in that. The older you get, I mean, I've done my shit. You've done your shit.
We all have, yeah.
We grow into it. We grow out of it. And it's how you come out of it is something you would probably say to the world, man, and me too. I mean, and that's like I heard you earlier with Bella saying, hey, you know, it's our jobs to instill that into these youngsters like Diggy and then, you know, all these other, and you could pretty much, we become readers of character when we're older as well. We know how to, you know, navigate through the real ones and the fake ones and weed them out. And when it's genuine love, it's genuine love.
Yeah.
And I totally feel that, man. Rest in peace to your brother. Moving on down the album, though, you mentioned the Delphonics, working with the homie Norman Carter, still doing it. Shout outs to Minus. You got the single now where you also featured Diggy in there. And, bro, the production on that, oh, my God. Yeah. Again, shout outs to Steve Vicious, brother. But you shot that video. I saw a clip where, was that your old pad or something?
Yeah, that was
Sherman,
the neighborhood I grew up in, Sherman.
How dope was that, man?
It was a crazy, crazy experience, bro. And, yeah, I'm still processing the energy of that day.
Like, did you ever think one day, like, man, I'm sitting on this porch, I'm playing the oldies, and next thing you know, fast forward 30-some, 40-some plus years later, well, I'm gonna put age on it, maybe 30, maybe 25, that Norman Carter would be on, you know what I'm saying, would be here, man, you know what I mean?
You know, it's so funny, bro, because I'd be lying if I told you no. Like, I would always say one day, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do something special here.
Right.
I didn't know that it was going to be that. But, and shout out to Carlos, my boy Carlos from Impalas. He brought the classics. He brought like 30 cars out, bro. Lowriders, ragtops, bombs, bikes, you name it. We shut the whole block down without permits. You know what I'm saying? But I used to sit on that porch, and my mom had bought me a boombox. And I used to listen to the Delphonics, because my brothers had the East Side Stories, all the East Side Volume 1, Volume 2.
Classics.
And bro, I would literally listen to Hey Love, For the Love I Gave on that porch. So when the day of the video comes, not only are my kids there, but then I see Norman Carter walking towards the porch. And I'm like, here's Norman Carter at the Delphonics coming to the neighborhood. And here we're doing this video. And not only that, but just to see the community come together in love, bro. And I
saw you had all the little mocosos out there on the porch.
Bro.
They were just
and
chilling.
every single one of them were
And that's
there.
got to be exciting to them, bro, because you don't see that every day
This is what
in the
yeah.
neighborhood. And that's what makes it so exciting. Like, you know, for the Chicano, you know, festival as well. I mean, and being the, you know, where we're at today in 2024, man, I'm telling you, like, Chicanos are just fucking, we're on the ride. We're everywhere, brother. And everything you see now, we have something to do with it.
1,000,000%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. And even like you, bro, you know, there will never be another lighter shade of brown. There'll never be another ODM, bro. And I always tell you that. Yeah. You know, you were like one Latino, the Mexicans that I would always say, that's a real MC right there.
Appreciate you, man.
You know what I mean?
And he ain't bullshit. He said that on the last podcast.
You know, bro, every
too,
time
so
I would,
because
and even your voice is so distinct, you know, so I would hear your voice, I'd be like, that's ODM. You know, and I remember when I got to meet you, you know, that was surreal to me too, you know what I'm saying? Because you do leave an eternal stamp on someone because you give them an experience through your art.
Yeah.
You know, and you've done that.
Absolutely.
You know?
I wasn't able to accept those flowers, man, until like recently, brother, until like maybe the last couple years, you know, when you came and it's because now even like the underground shit that we like, there's our main shit that we have, right?
Yeah.
But then for the newer generation to come and embrace, like, you know, the 61909 me and Shadow did, Brown Royal Kingpins and stuff. All that is just now coming to light that I did in the 90s.
Right.
And it's not so, lighter shade of brown, I'm grateful for. But even to this day, a lot of people didn't know that I produced.
Right.
They were like, wait a minute, you fucking did Capone shit? You did Cornejo shit? Like, you did, you know, the only one I didn't have a track with was this guy, but we didn't really kick it like that back in the day, right?
Nah, not
I think
really.
Shadow would just come
we
up
would
a
just
couple
say what's
times.
up when we see each other, and we would plan on doing it.
Yeah.
And we still haven't done the shit.
Nah,
but we
man.
will.
I mean, that's why I said everything is timing, bro. But that don't mean that I don't listen, you know, to your music and I take liking to you, brother, because you are one of the fiercest fucking, you know, Chicanos in rap to do it.
Thank you, man.
All
I appreciate
time. So
it,
back at you, bro. I mean, I hear it. But because your style is so unique también. And I've already said that. Like when I heard you, what's that track, bro, that you did with Malo Mac?
Rumors.
Woo!
Yeah.
First off, the track. Who did the track? Was that Fingers?
I think it was Fingers,
But man, the way you came in, bro, and you just did, I was just like that's my boy. Like that's if you want Lil One, that's the Lil One you're gonna get on every single track, every single
Thank
time.
you, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to Malo Mac.
For sure, man. But yeah, brother, so here we are, fast forwarding. Again, El Chicano was out. El Mexicano, can you shed some light on that? Because I don't think I've gotten to it yet, bro.
It's not out yet.
Oh, okay, there.
Yeah.
I don't feel so bad.
Yeah,
then.
it'll be out Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
The same day of the Chicano Music Festival in San Diego.
Okay.
You know,
strategic.
So
See what I
that's
said?
the strategy.
See
You know
that,
what I'm saying?
man?
So it's 10 tracks in Spanish. The title track will be Mariposa. It's the Maná flip.
Hold up. Because I'm going to forget this before I do. Bro, we got to do some things. All right. I'm going to leave you on this with El Chicano. Just that album before we go back to El Mexicano. The fucking, which one was it? Track 7?
Oh, yeah. Never Gone.
That's my favorite on the track. You know why?
Yeah, thank you.
Because I heard that shit. Because motherfuckers ain't using that shit nowadays, man. And when you brought that shit, I'm like, you deserve to use it for one, because, you know, that's our era, bro. Yeah. And that's what it is. I think that's why I got so, and that's why I think you're touching on, you know, our diehard fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
And the message, Never Gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, the whole album is a fucking message.
You know, but thank you, man. Thank you.
I'm gonna go back and actually listen to the lyrics of the second time around. Cause you know, you hear the beat, my producer ear was hearing it first. And I already hear, like I already hear this fool. He's either fucking buzzing or laughing on this shit. But nah, real talk, man. Yeah, shit's deep, bro. But anyway, back to Mexicano, Mariposa.
Yeah, Mariposa. So that'll be the single off the record, and I kind of dig that record.
That's the one?
Yeah, the whole Spanish. Yeah. I'm gonna send you some of the tracks.
Okay.
And you know, Steve Vicious from beginning to end.
Okay, again, all right.
You know, so it has that Lil One authentic feel, you know, but it's in Spanish.
Right.
You know, so I that one, and then I also did Golpes en el Corazón. It's a legendary Spanish song. And I flipped that one too, bro. So
I heard you flow on Instagram once. It was puro Spanish, Español, man. I was like, why didn't this dude do this shit back then? Like, did it ever cross your mind?
I did a few, yeah. I did a few,
like
but
back in the day,
Yeah, back in the day, but remember, bro, like, it wasn't about the art and it wasn't about promoting the music. It was like, how can I get paid?
Yeah.
You know, so the music was so easy to do that you didn't really give it justice. Like you said, now that we're more mature and we're older, you know, we really appreciate the art a little bit more. You know, so aside from the Chicano Music Festival, I'm also doing the Oldies Forever tour.
Okay.
You know, so it's the Delphonics, Slastic and the Wicked, Elon, the Rock and Roll Gangster, Joey Quiñones, Rocky Padilla.
All the greats.
Yeah, and you know, so I was just at the Garden Amphitheater. It's almost sold out, March 10th.
Bro, you're about to give a run, if not already, for all these other promoters. I mean, I'll start spitting some names, but you know the big butts. But look at you, man. You're right there behind them, bro.
You know, man, you know how you know what's up. You know, I'm a big believer in the art. I'm a big believer in the community. Mm-hmm. I'm a big believer in doing things that you believe in. You know, oldies are a huge part of our culture. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? No matter what. I've done a lot of oldies. You've done oldies. Mm-hmm. You know, so for me to be really able to sit back and watch an oldie show and see people come with their wives and their girls and their kids and sit back and enjoy a beautiful night in an environment that's safe, dog, and enjoy this music, bro, that's an experience.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
And it all started with the Latin lockdown.
Started with the Latin lockdown, bro.
Well, what year
that was,
start
what, 2009.
And I think you was the first one to ever do that. Like,
yeah.
put all, like, you know.
Yeah,
like
with Ventura.
Bro. That shit's
Ventura.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Look how far it's come.
And look at, we went from the Latin lockdown to the Chicano Music Festival, bro, and now doing the Oldies Forever tour. So the objective is to do like 10 of the Oldie Forevers shows a year and do 2 big festivals a year. So in September, we come into Riverside.
Mexicano's coming on the way. That's dropping on Chicano. When's the date on the Cinco de Mayo,
Yeah,
right?
so Chicano's out now. El Mexicano comes out Cinco de Mayo. The Chicano Music Festival, Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
The Oldies Forever Tour is March 10th.
Okay.
I got the Chicano Evolution clothing at MrLittle1.com.
That's all available now?
It's available now.
Okay.
And I got the Telescope Room Season 2. Next
and what's up with Flossie? Is he the host now, or what is he?
Nah, he felt that it was right to interview me now with everything that I got going on.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So it made sense.
Flossie, one smart motherfucker, bro. He's always ahead of the game, man.
Can you do me a favor and put it on your notes? Let's get a studio session. Let's get a Telescope Room session. Ooh. And let's, you know, the Chicano Music Festival, Riverside, you got to be there, bro.
Man, let's do it, bro. We're going to mark that on the calendars right now. And then since you're here, I'm going to need you to sign the Blackout skateboard.
Of course, bro.
There,
of course.
And I see a mic over there, too. I don't know, man. If
let's go. We have time. Let's go.
Mr. Little One right here, Blackout
Salute.
Podcast.
Respect, bro.